We are on Machshirin, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Vav. Sixth Mishnah, the first chapter of Masechet Machshirin. We're talking about getting things wet. And when things get wet, do you want them to be wet? Are they bechiyutan, as we said, chiyutan, and therefore the liquid has the ability to make something makabel tuma or not? Says the Mishnah, anofeach ba'adashim. Nofeach means to breathe. You have adashim, lentils, and you want to breathe on them. Levadkam im yafotem, to check if they're good lentils or not. So you're like, I have no idea why you breathe on them. If you are a produce owner or something, and you know why you would breathe on them to know if they're good or not, I guess I really have no idea. I think the Kahati says if they're very dirty, if they dirty quickly from the steam of your mouth, then they're easy to cook. I guess I don't really know. And Tosu Yonta says that's that's a quote from the Rambam. If they're susceptible to the wetness quickly, I don't know what that means. I mean, it's like cookable. Who knows? Okay, and I guess that's how they checked when they went to the store. They all breathed on the lentils. Like, it wouldn't be surprising. Okay, it's like tasting a grape. So you breathe on them. Now, the Kahati says you breathe on them and there's steam. There's wetness in your mouth. The Bartanura says no. Yatzalem rok mipi benifichato. He spit on them by accident. And spit is like water, one of the 7 liquids. So now the question is, are these adashim makabel tuma? Rabbi Shimon Omer, Shimon says, you didn't want the water, you wanted the breath. So according to the Kahati, Rabbi Shimon is saying breath, the steam of your breath, the humidity of the breath is not bechiyutan. According to the Bartanura, he's saying, since you didn't intend to spit, okay, therefore that's not bechiyutan. Chachamim omim bechiyutan. According to the Bartanura, it's a little trickier. Since you wanted to breathe, he says, and he says, and when you breathe, you spit. So therefore, that is bechiyutan. The lentils are now mikabel tuma. I think if I had a dry goods store, I would have a sign that says no breathing on the lentils, not because it's gross. They didn't care about that. They don't want it to be mikabel tuma. You have sesame seeds, and you're eating it with your finger. So how are you going to eat it with your finger? You have the sesame seeds like in your hand. So the sesame seeds are fine. So you lick your finger and you put the finger on there, and then they stick to the finger, and then you eat the sesame seeds. Mashkin sha'al yado. So now the question is, the liquid on your finger, on your hand. Rabbi Shimon says Rabbi Shimon, they are not bechiyutan. Okay, and v'chachamim amim bechiyutan. Chachamim say, yeah, it is bechiyutan. What's the Bartanura? You put the sesames in one hand. And you put your finger in your mouth. You put it in the shumshumin and you put it in the sesames, your second hand. And they stick to it, and then that's how you eat it. Because of this, so this hand got wet, and then of course with that hand I go and I shake my friend's hand, or I go and touch the fruit that I'm going to go buy. So my hand is now, this hand for sure I wanted to get wet, but this hand I just wanted to get the sesames from the hand. But the Bartanura says this hand is also bechiyutan when I go and touch everything else. Chachamim, the Rabbi Shimon says it's not, because it's not intentional. Chachamim say it is. Hatomein pirota b'may b'vnei haganavim. Right? Let's say the thieves are coming and I don't want them to steal my fruit, so I go hide them. Tomein, I dig them deep from hatmana. Right? I hide them, or I submerge them in water because they're going to be, because of ganavim, because I want the thieves not to find them. Einam bechiyutan. Then the Mishnah says, it's not bechiyutan. I don't want them to get wet. I'm not trying to get them wet. I'm trying to hide them. So therefore, that doesn't count vis-a-vis yichiyutan. So there's a story about the people of Yerushalayim that they hid their dveila. Dveila are cakes of dried figs. Who are the sirakim? Look at the Bartanura for a second. Sikarin, murderers or robbers. And we have a gesture bonus here. It happened in Jerusalem that they hid their fig cakes and wanted to save them from the robbers, the terrorists during the last siege of Yerushalayim. Remember, there's a guy named here 3, Abba Sikra, who you've heard of, who they were involved in, and the people of Yerushalayim, the terrorists wanted the Jews to fight. So they destroyed. Remember, they destroyed the Gemara says, the Mishnah says, the Midrash says they destroyed the storehouses. So what they do, they hid their devela in water. I think the second thing, the thing that's most fascinating is what the people were worried about is then they went to the Chachamim and said, well, like they're starving to death and there's terrorists, but tiyarulam Chachamim. They were worried. They still had the issue of Tuman Tara. Is a devela susceptible mekabel tuma or not? We're in Yerushalayim. We have to be shomer Tuman Tara. Fascinating. Anoten perota b'shibolet hanahar lahaviyamim. I'm carrying my fruit and it's just too hard. So I put it in the shibol, in the shvil anahar. Shibol anahar is like the shvil anahar. And I've got this stream, so instead of carrying my fruit, it's too heavy. Okay, but so I put it on the stream in order the stream will help me carry it. It says the Mishnah, Einam b'chiyutan. I don't want to get wet. I just need the help, and therefore it's not makabel tuma. We'll stop here. Dedicated learning to my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.